It's Gypsy Man, and I want to talk about something that I haven't talked about on my channel, and it is going to be about my EDC uh, firearms and why I choose uh, the firearm brand that I choose. So, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a Glock guy, and what I carry, the two EDCs, I don't know why, you know, each his own, but I only have two, and it's seasonal. I got one for the summer and spring, and I got one for the winter and one for spring. I can conceal both of these guns in, of course, all the seasons if I choose to, depending on how I wear my clothes, but I try to wear my clothes to fit. I don't like to walk around with baggy clothes on. So let's start with the Glock 26. As you can see, everything's clear. There's nothing in the chamber, so I'm gonna let the slide go forward. And I'm a Glock guy. I'm a Glock guy because I know it's gonna work. I never question if my Glock's gonna perform for me. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I have this reoccurring dream that when I need to use my firearm in a threat situation, I pull the trigger and it doesn't go off. And I wake up. It happens all the time when I do have that dream, but I'll pull the trigger and nothing happens. So in my consciousness, I'm thinking, look, I want to have a gun that I know is going to work when I need it. I don't need nobody, in that type of situation having an upper hand or me not being able to protect me and my family. So I choose Glock. And, it's my preference. For my Glocks, I like to use the appendix carry, and I use tier 1 appendix holsters. I do not carry a spare mag, and it's very unlikely that you're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to reload. And if you do reload, you're going to have to explain and articulate why you had to reload. So I like tier 1 holsters. Tier 1 holsters, they fit. They feel decent on my body. I'm not going to say it feels comfortable because I don't believe any type of appendix carry holster is going to be comfortable. But there are pads you can buy to make them feel a little bit better. But I have those pads and I put them on, and to be honest with you, they don't feel any better. If anything, they stick out a little bit further than I wanted to. But I don't have a problem concealing it. So with my Glock 26 that I carry in the summer and the springs, I either carry it two ways. I either carry it, as you can see, both of these magazines are empty because they got that nice orange Gen 5 follower on it. I either carry with the +2 Glock extension because I can get a perch on the gun. I prefer I like a full grip, but this will do in whatever situation I need to use it in. And if I want to carry it a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, I'll use the stock holsters. Stock mags. And I always have those laying around. And I keep those depending on what I'm gonna be wearing with it. And, I don't have a problem with printing. It just seems to just fit my body right. But most of the time, I'm using the +2 because I'd rather have 13 than 11. So that is what I carry in the summer and spring. Glock 26, tier 1 holster. Put that aside and enter my spring and my fall carry, which is the Glock 45 in a different configuration. I have an optic on it and I have a flashlight on it. I personally don't believe that in a threat situation, and you're gonna have to unfortunately use your weapon, but fortunately have it, that you're going to be looking at your sights or this red, this dot. But I put it on there because I said, why not? Let me just put it on there. I like to take it to the range, and I also train with it on the outdoor ranges. So I put a dot on it. But what I do think is essential, especially when you have this, is also what I use in my home, is a flashlight. I do feel that those are essential on your not so much self-defense, but for home defense. So this doubles as my EDC and my home defense, something I can get to in the safe very quickly. Glock 45. I think it's just it's pretty much perfect. It's the dual firearm. It's the dual. I try to keep all my EDCs. I only use factory parts in my EDCs. I do not put any connectors on my EDCs. Neither one. I put the extenders where I need them, and I have a performance trigger in here, and whatever trigger shoe that I put on there. Usually, I use the Tim trigger shoe because it just feels good in my hand. I'm not brand loyal, but whatever feels good to me, I'll put them on my guns. So I have the Glock Performance trigger with this on there, polished internals, and sights, and an optic, and a flashlight, and whatever grip tape that I like to use for my situation and what feels good to me. So that's what I will have on mine. And I also put the large back straps on my firearms. The reason I like having a full grip is it just feels great in my hand. It feels familiar. I've been shooting full grip Glocks for over 20 years. The 26 is cool. It's good. It has its purpose. I only buy guns. I don't just buy guns. I don't just collect guns and buy guns and spend money just to buy guns. Every gun that I have, I shoot. And they all have a purpose. This is my summer carry. I shoot it very well. It doesn't have an optic. I'm not getting an optic cut, and I'm gonna keep it with iron sights. I'm really a purist at heart, and I can shoot the iron sights very accurately and very quickly. This one, Glock 45, Glock for reliability, has the full grip. The angle feels good to me. I'm not so much of a fanboy of the other manufacturers because the grip on the Glock just is a natural. It helps with my natural point of aim. It doesn't feel like it's more upright and more inward like most of the other manufacturers make. I do not carry the 43X because I need the large strap. I can't use the I don't feel good. I can't get the correct placement. So it allows me to get more space here for me to get that grip in there. Yep. It just fills it in very nicely. Now, if I use the regular, let me grab something, just a training gun. If I use the regular grip, my fingers come back too far. It doesn't leave enough room for me to get my paws up in there. So I don't like to do that. So I like the large back straps. They feel comfortable with me. I shoot good with them, and it gives me the space that I need to make my grip. And I also use the Tier 1 appendix holster, and this one is equipped with the flashlight. And Tier 1, like I said, is comfortable. What I've noticed is that the two holsters, one for the flashlight and one without the flashlight, this one has more surface, so it actually feels, like I told you, they're not 100% comfortable, but I can get it around 85-90% comfortable. They feel different when you put them on. Minus the flashlight, with the flashlight. Of course, this one's a smaller holster when I wear it, so it doesn't dig in. But like I said, I can sit comfortable with both of them. And I just need to have a gun that I know is going to work. It's been working for me for 20 years. I don't get many malfunctions with this. I have a good grip. And they say it's a combat, and it is a combat. I don't want to have to fool with any safeties. If I need to come out, I need to know that it's going to happen for me. Like I told you earlier, I have these recurring dreams that when I press the trigger, nothing happens. And I don't want that to happen in reality. So I like, and I'm used to, the trigger safety. 1 of 3 on the Glocks. So I don't have to worry about it dropping and going off or anything like that. I've never had that issue. Also with the note on the performance trigger, I didn't always have a performance trigger inside of my Glocks, because when it first came out, of course, I was a little skeptic. I wanted to make sure that it would never have any, I appendix carry, so I wanted to make sure that I never have any type of discharges that aren't warranted. So I gave some time. and I got used to it. I'm super comfortable with it. Glock did an incredible job with the performance trigger. Is just as safe as any other trigger that comes in the Glock, but I prefer the feel. I like the pull weight. So I have it in all of my EDCs, and I wear it comfortably and with confidence. So I hope I didn't miss anything. You know, I set up all my guns pretty much the same way. They all feel the same to me, other than the size of the grip, the length of the grip. And you know, I'm comfortable with the Glocks. You know, I've considered getting the Staccato soon. I'm always going to be a Glock lover. I'm always going to go back to it. Staccato, in my opinion, is not a combat weapon. I say that because of how much care it takes to make sure that that is going to work and function the way it needs to function. It has to be oiled. It has to be, you know, debris free. It can't have dirt inside of it. It has a safety. It has 2 external safeties. Look, I just need to pull this out in an emergency situation, pull the trigger, and it happens. You know, it happens, and then I have to, you know, deal with what comes with having to defend yourself in the right situation for a self-defense situation. But so I'm a Glock dude. I'm always gonna carry the Glock for my EDC. When I get my Staccato, that's gonna be, you know, my range gun, probably my competition gun, because they say it's more accurate, but I think all the guns are more accurate than we are. So the problem is us, not the gun. So I'm very good with the Glock. So I'm comfortable with it. Staccato would be nice, something to have in the collection, and I'm gonna use it because I don't buy unless I'm gonna use it. So it's Gypsy Man. Just wanted to talk about my EDCs a little bit. I never talk about stuff like that, but I only have 2. I only need 2, and there'll always be 2. So Gypsy Man, I'm out.